Who needs the player pass when you have Swablu? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. And it's been so long. It's actually been like 3 or 4 days since we posted a video, and some things have happened. The team match event has started and it has ended. Well, it's going to end in roughly 5 hours from when I'm making this video. We chose Lugia because from the last video I told you guys I want to push my duel skills even further by not using this LB because it would be easy, and same with the Ho-Oh because making a fire deck would be relatively easy to be competitive, I guess. So we went with Lugia. Let's actually talk about Lugia and how we can make Lugia, I guess, somewhat viable. We tried many decks. Well, we tried 3 different decks. The first deck, let's look at Lugia. Lugia here. We actually leveled it to 10. And there's only really one thing you want to put it in, and it's definitely the Cyclone. The Cyclone, it could be quite annoying because it is a 4-star purple, and it's size 33, but it just benches the opponent and gains weight. Like, for being a legendary, Cyclone, to me, should move them, like, should KO them, or move them to the PC, kind of like the Cyclone kick. But just move them to the bench, like, there isn't that much breathing room to make Lugia good. Like, you don't need to add Lele to add an additional star. 4 stars is pretty good. And it has an Aero Blast with 120. Now, let's look at its ability, the Marine Rage. The damage that this Pokemon deals is increased by 10 for each water-type Pokemon in each player's PC. So I was like, alright, do I want to build around buffing the Lugia, meaning using Alterias, or Swablu'S, or do we want to bring in the Rotom into Wash Rotom, turn everything turn everything water for 9 turns, go and try and KO things and give them the additional buff damage? Well, like I said, we tried 3 decks. The first day we tried Alterias. The second day we tried the Rotom and Mew, and I got a lot of wins, but it was a lot of Mew cheese wins, so Lugia didn't really get featured that much. And then today we did Swablu'S. So I have 3 matches that I do want to show you. We actually did get to showcase Lugia, but there was some bit of information that we did get. I kind of want to go over that. It was the tournament and the golden figures. Pokemon Duel official tournament event coming soon. You get a golden figure. That's kind of cool. I mean, SSG was like saying for flexing rights, you know, you get to brag because you get this golden figure. And I guess champions get silver, but you get to select any one of your figures, or any figure. So you can even select a figure that you don't have. But I don't know how the tournament's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours like the first one, or if it's going to be 3 days like the second one. I don't know how many tournaments we've had. I don't know if it's been 2 or 3. I think it's 3, but I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know exactly when it's coming. It says coming soon. Players will compete in duels during the tournament to see who's the strongest. It's possible to play up to 50 duels during the preliminary period of the tournament, and the top 32 players from the preliminary round will be able to advance to the tournament finals. So you guys know, if I have time, I'm going to do it, and if I do win, we're definitely going to get the Pikachu. We're definitely going to gold our Pikachu. Even though there's figures that I don't have, we're definitely going to do it just for that sake. So I'm definitely going to try. I just don't know when it is, and I don't know how busy I will be. Silver is not acceptable. If I got the silver, I wouldn't select it. I wouldn't rock it. But let's take a look at the team match event. Lugia is definitely going to lose. Like, Celebi is just way better. But I want to show you something I want to rant about. 50 duels. We played 50 duels. This is the most duels I've played in a team match event. This is the most duels I've played in a 3-day span. 50 duels, 35 wins. Not a bad record at all. But a total of 311 points. Out of 50 duels, I have a total of 311 points. Not even getting the Gyarados. There's no way we're getting the EX Cube. I thought that the drop rates were supposed to increase for gold, purple, and rainbows during the team match event. I've received 1 gold, 2 or 3 purples, the rest blues and whites. So I'm really salty there. So that's my little rant. Let's actually jump into the match. We have 3 of them, and the first one is going to be the second deck that we were working on, which was the Rotom and Mew. Alright, so like I was saying, on the second day, we did get a lot of wins. featuring the Mew cheese. So I got a whole bunch of Mew cheese. So I'm not going to bore you guys and show you a bunch of Mew cheese, but this was actually a good match because baiting my opponent. So like I said, the first deck we used the first day was Altarius. The second day we added some waters. We added the Feeny, the Milotic, Primal Kyogre, and we still kept these and rocking the Lugia. So we were going up against a pretty, I would say, meta before the Z moved deck. And the opponent is bringing a land. I'm not entirely sure why they're bringing a land. I know they have the Mega Lucario, but that's not something you really want to keep on the board, or you don't really see people using land. Like, it's mostly for the Absol, but hey, to each their own. So I am going to be defensive with my Rotom, and the reason being is I didn't want to get attacked by the Tapu Koko. So now I'm going to bring on the Milotic just to counter this Lucario. Fairy versus Fairy. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to set up the Shuffle Wall. We're going to threaten this around there, but they're going to cover up. So then we're going to bring up the Mew, and I'm like, all right, we're going to try something. My opponent makes a very interesting play here. Like, I have the balloon. I was going to move up, try to balloon, take entry point, but they're going to Mega here and attack my Mew. And I'm like, why are you going to attack my Mew with a Lucario? That makes absolute no sense. Like, what's going to happen is you're going to try and hit my white, or I'm going to try and hit my white. I don't think that's likely. But I see the opponent, because he Mega'd, I was baiting him. I was like, I think what he's going to do is he's going to bring the land on the board and try to make this thing last forever. So I was like, okay, I'm going to bait you. I'm going to washing machine. We're going to back off with the Rotom and hope that he brings on the land. And he does. And that because that, now we can move through. We're going to DC with our Mew. You guys know, we're going to go for that shuttle flip cheese. And he's going to pull the switch. Gets the cross counter, so we have to re-roll here. Hoping for the shuttle flip, and we do. We get it. Boom. GG boys. So I thought that was a good match because we baited our opponent. Now let's actually jump into the showcase of Lugia, and then against the 4K player. So, dude, during these 3 days, I was trying my hardest to get a match to show off Lugia. So here's what we ran today, earlier in my stream. The triple Swablu. We brought in the Popplio because of all the purple in the meta right now. We also brought in the Kang into the Mega King because we want to pair them with their synergy with the Swablu and then the Lugia. And look at this play. We're going up against somebody brought the player pass. Somebody's got all the figures. Let's actually take a look at these figures. I want to talk about them for a second. The Dawnwings and Duskmane. To me, I don't know how good they are. And I won't know how good they are because I'm not going to get them. Just first glance when I look at them, their wheels are just very inconsistent. They're multi-function wheels, and you guys know I don't really like that, with the exception of the Lycanroc. So because they're multi-function wheels, they don't really, like, I see people use them as goalies. I'm not sure. But these figures, you can easily get because of the broken system. Like, it's definitely worse. It's definitely worth tanking in your league and risking not getting rewards or monthly rewards if you do the 3 hour in 3 days, because you're going to be getting so much material, so many rewards, and you'll be getting these figures. But to me, these figures they're not that attractive. They may be kind of like really good, and you guys know I don't really like really good figures. Like, I don't like the Rays and Mega Rays and the Fractures and the Hectors. Like, I don't like to use those figures, and I don't want to abuse a broken system. Like, I didn't run aliens. I don't think I'm gonna, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get them. There's no way I'm gonna grind to get them. And it's not even really a grind. I could probably do it in 3 hours, but I don't know. It's not that noble to me. So I'm not gonna grind for them, or like I said, I'm not gonna tank for them. But we're going against Kali. So we're just gonna bring on our Swablu'S. We're gonna set up, and this thing I wanted King for Espeon and Popplio because there's large blue on the Dawnwings. I don't understand my opponent's deck. I think they just got the player pass and just wanted to utilize all the figures, I guess. But looks like they're going to go in and attack my Popplio. I don't know what he did. Maybe he DC'd or not. Oh, he did DC. Don't necessarily agree with the play. I could have easily hit the Sing, but he did get the roll. But I am rocking the Max Revive. So we're going to Max Revive our Popplio and bring him back out because it's a good matchup. Now we're going to Mega Kang here. What I want to do is I want to Mega Kang, and then I want to X-Speed this Espeon. I was actually scared of that roll, and I'm actually happy my opponent did not attack there. I think they do have the Hurdle Jump, but I was like, all right, we're going to risk it. We're just going to go after you. Kang rarely hits the double hit when I X-Speed, so I'm kind of salty there. It's like an ongoing thing. Actually, dude, I'm like salty all the time. I was so... All 3 days stream, if you guys caught my stream, super salty. Get fortunate here. Because of the Swablu'S, we do out damage. And they're going to max revive. What do I do here? DC. Do we go after the Darkrai? Oh, okay. Double Edge. We're going to reroll. We're trying to get that double hit. And we do. Dude, just 210 damage. It's insane. Paired with the Swablu'S, I think it's rough. So we're going to advance up with the Pop though, because I do have the Air Balloon still waiting for that. The opponent's going to attack with the Mew, get the Shuttle Flip. Damn, I haven't seen a like level 4 or below Mew in a long time. But we're going to Balloon here. Opponent's going to Hurdle Jump. What do I do? IZ move here, hoping that the opponent does hit the Flare Blitz, but they hit the Sunstrike Steel. So it is soft banish. It is gone for 7 turns, but now I am in my PC. And what I decided to do here, like he's attacking Swablu, and I think he gets a KO. No, he doesn't. So I advance with Swablu to threaten game, but then I realized like, okay, we have to get rid of this thing because once he covers up these two, all he does is attack here. If he attacks this Swablu and I lose that roll, I move this Swablu over and he surrounds with Mew. So I'm like, all right, Lugia, it's your time to shine. Let's go. He gets the Cyclone. I'm like, oh, good. He's down to the bench. We clear the center, and now we're in a great position. However, my opponent has their Z move. He could have Z moved right there and threatened goal and attacked again with the Mew, but for some reason decides not to and attacks here and gets out damage because of Swablu's ability. So we're going to take the evolution. I thought about taking the evolution and moving right here. We don't take it. But for some reason, I don't. So the opponent is going to Z-move here. And my poor Swablu gets out damage. I think I should have taken the evolution and just moved right here. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think that I should have done. But we're going to move up this Mew, and like I said, not Mew, this Swablu, and we're going to threaten the entry point. We get a clutch dodge. Now we're just going to move closer to the the Duskmane, and hope that we get a dodge or our purple, but we don't. Okay, this is still a game. But it's time to advance up the Lugia because I'm pretty sure... No, I don't have DCs. I don't have DCs, but they're going to advance up with the Espeon, and we have to cut it off with the Kang. But now we're going to attack here. I'm like, come on, Lugia, get a Cyclone. Let's go. Okay, this is the Lugia showcase. All right. Opponent is going to bring on their Solgaleo and attack into my Lugia. And what do you think happens? Boom! Twice in a row. I was like, ask my chat. I'm like, you guys, do we attack here? Do we attack? Do we push our luck? And I'm like, no, we're going to let Lugia win it for us on its own. We're not going to force it. But we don't get it. We don't get it. And it's actually, according to chat, it's against Pokemon Duel laws that you can't hit 3 consecutive rolls in a row. How many of you guys have hit 3 consecutive rolls in a row? Please let me know in the comments below. But things are looking okay. We basically, like, the fact that we are bullying the Dawnwing Duskmane and Solgaleo with Swablu'S and a Popplio is funny. Clutch roll there by the Solgaleo. Solgaleo rolls miss all the time. And we're going to take this evolution here. Looks like the opponent is going to Z-move, and I'm just hoping that we do hit the Parasong, and that'll pretty much be GG boys, so then we can surround you, and you will be banished. But I get the miss. Alright, we still have a game. Let's advance this Kang. Kang right now is win condition, because he's the only thing that can take these out. And my Z gauge was up, so the opponent makes a great move there, because otherwise this thing would have been Z-moved. It would have been soft banish, but now I have Swablu'S here. I'm like, alright, so how are we going to get rid of these two figures? I then realized, I was like, okay, what we need to do is we need to sack the Swablu, because then we get our Lugia back. And this is the Lugia showcase. Now, Lugia is our win condition. So we're going to attack here. Photon Geyser. They ripped my ability. My actual ability was already gone a long time ago. We're going to attack again. Yes. We get KO'd. I'm happy. We get Lugia back. I'm going to put my Swablu right here. Block him off. And now, basically, our opponent is just waiting to lose. See, it lands Photon Geyser so much, and I haven't seen it been like really clutch for when it hit Photon Geyser. Like, I rarely see it hit Moongeist Beam. So I was like, yep, it's the Lugia showcase, so let's go. Get that Cyclone for me. Boom. We get the Cyclone. Let's go, Lugia. That's 3 benches. And we have our Z move up. Opponent's going to attack here. Or no, he's not going to attack here. We're going to attack. Get a Z move here. Boom. And we get to move our Lugia over here. But they're going to de-evolve into Necrozma. I don't even know what Necrozma can even do. I think it's pretty, I don't want to say garbage, but he attacks her and I'm like, get me this Cyclone. Let's go. Full showcase. Unfortunately, we don't get it, but he gets his blue, and that is GG, boys. All right, now this next match, we go up against a 4K player. Pretty intimidated when I saw this deck in League. Once I got matched up, just anytime you see 4K, you kind of like, oh man, okay, I gotta play serious. Look at my opponent's deck. It's like a hybrid Ultra Beast. Everything's chain 10, level 10, 2 air balloons, Vibrava. I've actually seen quite a bit of Vibrava since the Z-powered update. It's got a phenomenal Z moves. So, but they got 2, yeah, like I said, hybrid Ultra Beast and the Dawn wings. Level 10, chain 10. Is it chain 10? It's chain 9. No, it's chain 10. Chain 10, level 10. Damn. I don't even have that many UX cubes. That's crazy. But anyway, let's go. We're going to be defensive here with our Swablu'S. I should have put another Swablu there. I totally forgot that this thing can't go through Flying Mon, so that was a misplay right there. But we're going to bring this other Popplio because they have lots of purple. I knew this was coming. I was just hoping that they would not get their rendezvous, so I was like, we're just going to chance it anyway. Air Balloon. Sing. I'm like, yo. Okay, we can threaten game. Then they're going to have to go block. All right. So the opponent is going to go block, and they're going to go block with their Celestelia. And then we are going to DC here. We're going to try and bench this Fracture, because then it gains weight, and then we're able to bring on things through the board safely. And we can take the entry point the following turn. So boom, that thing is benched. I'm like, all right, this is good. They're going to bring on the Dawn, and now we're going to take the entry point. And now I'm a little scared here, so I'm going to bring on my Kane because this is a ghost. If he KOs it, I'm going to air balloon here and try to protect my goal the best I can. He does get the prismatic laser, the hyper beam, the churched hyper beam, as Kado would like to call it. So we're going to air balloon, and now they are going to take the entry point. And then we are going to long throw here, and we're going to threaten this around. So I was like, I don't know, that was debatable. I wouldn't have taken the entry point, but if you would have, I would have DC'd on the Lugia, but they don't. They're going to take this opportunity to DC now, and they roll a miss. Trying to get the Moongeist Beam. Chain 10, level 10? Multifunction win. I don't think they're that good. So we're going to pull this around here. Like I said, I don't ever see it hit Moongeist Beam. What is the Moongeist Beam at? Is it? Well, yeah, it's way bigger than Luno's. Yeah, way bigger. Is it way bigger, or is it about the same? What is Luno's? Is it 30 something like that? But we do get this around. Now we're just going to attack. We can freely... Well, we don't have our other Swablu. I thought I had my other Swablu on, so I was like, I know I can completely out-damage this. But we do not have our other Swablu, and they're going to freely attack into my Swablu with their Fracture. And I'm like, oof, good thing we survived there, because now we can get rid of this Fracture. Debatable play on that to do that as well. So this was such a brilliant play in my opinion. When they brought on the Pheromosa, I was like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our Lugia here, because we're going to bait the opponent. If they go here, we can Z move and move up with the Lugia here. If they stay here, we can Z move and move right here. So that's why I moved up my Lugia only one step, and our Z gauge is up, and they came down. I was like, perfect. Now we got to do a Z move you. Hopefully you don't hit the Ice Beam. Boom, the call signal. Let's go. Now we can move Lugia straight up to here. And now we get threatened game. They're going to max revive here. I'm like, you're giving me the opportunity. We're definitely going to do it. Because my opponent should have max revived and came right here to protect the Selly. I mean, the Rendezvous is not that big. Look how huge this wheel is. That's a giant miss. Well, I wouldn't say giant miss, but Cyclone is really can out damage or can send all of this to the bench. But then again, I say this, it hits Rendezvous more often than not. Even though it's only 25, I feel like it hits it like it's like 45. But I was like, you know what? We're going to go for it. We have to go for it. You've given me the opportunity. We're definitely going to go after it. Let's go, Lugia. We're going to pull the DC. Don't hit their Rendezvous. Hits their Rendezvous. However, Lugia's been the #1 blue attacker in the game since the stream, but he doesn't come through, and now he is gone. Opponent has to cover up here, and I'm like, that's fine. We're actually going to max revive, bring on our other Swablu. And they're going to Z move here. And I'm like, get the sleep, 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 get the sleep. Come on, Poplio, come through, get the sleep. Let's go. Let's go. Poplio making plays. We can move Swablu right here. And now the opponent has to come back. They're going to scoop up. They're going to come right here. And I'm like, all right, it's time. We're going. Swablu or Poplio. Look how big this miss is. Boom. Get the Sing. Not the KO what we wanted. Actually, that Sing was completely clutch. I just realized that if I hit damage on that miss, it would de-evolve and we would be in a not good so position. So, Poplio, clutch Sing. But now this thing has to come back. This thing has to come back, and Poplio does pretty well against it. Pretty well against it, and clutch. Gets the clutch blue, and I'm like, it's okay. We still have this Swablu. We can move up. And now you got to bring on here, and you have to attack this Swablu. I'm like, just come through, please, 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 please. Let's go. Grass Knot into the round. That Grass Knot is 0. Our round is not above 120. And now that is GG. Boy. Let's go. That match felt really good. It felt really good to beat a deck like that with Swablu'S. Alright guys, that's it for today. We're going to cut the video there. The tournament, I'm assuming we'll probably be getting some sort of notice tomorrow morning regarding the tournament. So I kind of want it to be like 2 hours, but it's probably going to be like 3 days. So let me know in the comments below what your guys' opinions and thoughts are regarding the tournament, and how did the team match go for you guys? Did you get all the rewards, or did you play 50 duels like me under 400 points? I don't know. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.